Welcome to the Empower Me Show with Pam Bright. This show is all about honoring you as a spiritual being having a human experience. You are here for a reason, and it's no mistake that you are here on Earth right now. Spirit has guided you to this very moment in time, so you could hear the messages Pam is about to share with you. She is a multidimensional healer, light language channel, transformation coach, wife and mother, committed to helping you discover the tools and practices to empower you to live the best life you can. You get to choose the spirit path you take. You can connect to the spiritual guidance already all around you. Get ready to live a fully empowered life. This is the Empower Me Show.
And yes, it is the Empower Me Show, and my name is Pam Bright. I am your hostess for this particular program, and I am so glad that you have tuned in today to this episode with my dear new soul sister friend from the UK, Leanne Rose. Welcome, Leanne, to the show. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited.
Yay. So we are going to have some fun with spirit and with the Galaylia
Collective.
Okay, the Galaylia Collective. There we go.
Yes, they get a chuckle every time people get it wrong.
That's okay. So it's a collective of beings that work through Leanne. They have come to assist us in our transformation, in our ascension today. And we are going to talk with them as well as Leanne and her journey and just really get acquainted with what it means to be a spiritual being having a human experience on this planet Earth. And before we get started with that, it's always good for me to ground and get centered in this space that we call our vortex of energy, this little womb room that I like to call it. So if you can please give yourself this hour-ish time, few minutes, to really center in on who you are as a spiritual being and really what it means to be a human being on this planet. And to do that, I like to close my eyes and really listen to my heart space. If you're in a position where you can't close your eyes at the moment, but you can hear our voices, then go ahead and just do what you're doing and listen and know that those messages that we're sending you are going to go into your subconscious, but stay connected to and be safe with your present moment, whatever you're doing. If you can close your eyes and get really, really inward, that is a great tool to be able to center in and connect in with Gaia, our Mother Earth, and all of the beings in the universe that are here waiting and willing and so ready to assist us in having this human journey. So as I close my eyes now, I am holding two of my selenite crystal beings here to help you to connect in with the center of who you are. I'll bring them closer to you. One of them is more a little flatter, but wider. And this one here is really the connection to the spinal column and to the central column of light that we all hold within us. So go ahead and you can grab a crystal of your own choosing or a rock or any kind of token that represents your connection and your commitment to your soul path. And we ask you now to really fully take in a deep breath, knowing that as you do that, that breath comes from the Mother Earth herself. And we thank her for coming into our very bodies to remind us of our connection to her. We call her our mother, Mother Earth, because we know that all life comes from the female energy, the feminine, and we are holding the divine feminine in our bodies as well as on this planet now. And so we ask the divine feminine masters to come in now fully and completely. The divine beings of light that hold this beautiful, receptive, honoring, life-giving energy that sustains us as a whole, as a collective humanity on this planet Earth. And we also ask that the beings that work within the Earth energy, the Divine Mother of our Earth, we ask all of you to come in now. The elves and the nymphs and the fairies and the gnomes and the dragons and the creepy crawlies of the snake kingdom. All of the beings that you connect to, whether known or unknown, we now ask all of those beings to come into this space. We ask all of the beings that hold the energy of the country of the UK. We ask those beings now to come in fully and completely. In form, physically, as well as in form in the etheric world. We also connect in with all the way up to the galactic beings and the planets, the stars, what some call the heavens. We also ask all of the galactic universes that are connected to the star systems that we work within to come in fully now into this space. Nana ke ada e tataye tu nana ze u nana ku nana ye uane une ula e jeda baba one sadeta da madeduna sanama ye kada ina na yeki a totana kiki ala ke ada de inada de kuchara. Una sadeki ada inuna etatane tana ikiki tasade wakari kicha. Hola tada tena sada gi ina saye. No sedaba taraba kukula chate taramaki ikatana seya. So as these beings are coming in, they're reminding us of who we are as multidimensional beings. We are not only human in these physical bodies, but we are spiritual beings that are holding the energies and allowing the energies to flow through us from every direction, from all the universes coming into one. And as we allow those energies to come through us, we become more than we physically think we are. And we thank these beings for reminding us of who we are on a multidimensional scale. Na enana ke eta itu ututu ateka teka sana. Kola katekitu ala chechetu tumbatiki. Pute sarabita ineso mamana yeta. Nasanekia. For those of you who hear this language maybe for the first time, listen with your heart rather than with your head. Your brain will try and figure it out. Your soul remembers this language. Allow, allow, allow. Creator of all that is, thank you for this moment. Thank you for this day. We thank you for this divine appointment at this time in space and in history. And we now open to the messages that are coming through for the collective humanity on this planet. We thank the ancestors that are here now with us, the ancient ones that have been with us for all of time. And we now open to the messages that Leanne and her collective will be sharing with us today. We say her collective, although we know it's for all of us. And with that, we invite the light to fully and completely come up through our bodies, really allowing our spines to hold the energy of the light, to emanate out through our entire bodies and out into the space around us and out across the globe. And take a nice deep breath and allow yourself to come back into your body, knowing that you are fully connected to the earth, fully in your body, allowing your soul to reside in your body. And as you connect into your body, you're also connecting into all of your support systems that you have available to you at all times. And in gratitude, I now come back into this space consciously and with great intention of serving you. And so it is. Welcome back. Hello, hello.
Hello. Wow.
Yay, hi.
Amazing. I love that.
So we are here with Leanne Rose, who is a dear soul that I am just getting to know now, but I feel like we have known each other in the multidimensional multiverses for a very long time, but we're physically meeting for the second time now, because I talked to her a little bit earlier, but she actually is in the UK and she is excited to share with us really what the big messages are for us universally and for us collectively as humanity on this planet. And this beautiful collective that works within her, they have messages for us that we get to find out what they are.
Yes.
And I'm surprised and I'm excited and I'm thrilled that we get to have this platform to do this work. What I'd really love to know is, how did this happen? So you are, may I ask kind of your age?
Of course. Yes, I have just turned 28 years old.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Yay. Okay. So, we're getting to be connected energetically and spiritually with who we are and what our missions are on the planet, younger and younger and younger as the history unfolds on this planet, which is great. And so as you found this energetic connection, what was happening in your life that clued you into, something different is happening, and I'm not really sure yet what to do with it?
Well, I suppose it was kind of an unfolding process that happened over a number of years. The first time I kind of felt like something was different in my system was around 6 years ago. I had a spontaneous channeling experience during meditation, and it just happened all at once. I was going through a period of huge inner transformation, really trying to get to know who I was as a person and thus as a soul. And that's when the channeling ability kind of came online, if you like, but it wasn't quite to the extent that it is now. That kind of developed, if you like, as it does, doesn't it? When it first kind of crops in, then you have to fine tune it and develop it.
Okay. So when you say that it came in, a lot of times we think of channeling as something that comes out of us to other people. Was it that you found yourself speaking in ways that you didn't understand, or was it internal, like you're hearing things that you've never heard before? Or tell us that process, especially for listeners that might be having some of these experiences and they're not quite sure how to handle it.
So one of the first things I noticed was a real strong sense of deja vu, like repeatedly. It kept happening repeatedly. And I was like, oh, I've really felt this moment before. That was a huge signal. The next signal was I started feeling as though, so I'm a therapist by background. And when I was talking with my clients, I would kind of I'd be streaming down all of this like huge, insightful things that I was like, did that come from me? That doesn't sound like it came from me. How do I know that? I don't know that. And so there was that element of it. But the actual thing that made me stop and be like, oh, okay, something really different is happening here. I was meditating one day, and all of a sudden my eyes just flew open, and it wasn't me opening them. They just opened. And I had this huge sensation of like my consciousness had kind of like moved to the back of my head, and there was something else looking out of my eyes. And I just felt this huge sense of just being present like I'd never been present before in my entire life. I just felt like my senses were all completely heightened, and there was something else looking out of my eyes. And then as quick as it came, it went. And then I had a couple more experiences like that were also kind of acquainted with like a huge pressure in like the third eye area. And then I started getting that quite frequently, which I'm starting to recognize was kind of like a third eye activation. Yeah, so just lots of abnormal feelings in the body, I suppose, and the kind of that inner knowing as well. I think that's the bit that we don't trust when it first happens, isn't it? That your inner knowing is telling you this is big and it's special and you should listen to it. But human you goes, oh no, that couldn't happen to me.
I understand totally. So that's really awesome. And this show, the Empower Me show, is really for people that might be just awakening. They might be having some experiences that they don't quite trust or quite understand. Some people may be tuning in and they're like, oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, right? I've been there. I know what you're talking about and all of that. So, however, a lot of times those people get information and they get insights listening to this broadcast, even if they think they know, right? Because we sometimes need a little bit of an ego knockoff, right?
We do.
We bump ourselves down a little bit, bring us off of that high pedestal in order to get more learning inside of us. Yeah. And so there's all kinds of people that tune into this show that I just adore, because we can all be sponges with learning, right?
Yeah.
I love to be a teacher and a student simultaneously. And that's what I love to assist other people with as well.
Ditto.
Yeah. So this is also a call-in show for any of you who have questions or wondering what in the world is going on. I'm just tuning into this for the first time. What's happening? Well, guess what? You can ask questions here. You can ask for what you want. You can get insights. You can get some words of wisdom. Really, whatever you are feeling like you want answers for, or some assistance with, or just want to chat, you can call us at 1-800-930-2819, and we would love to talk to you, right? So the other thing you can do is there's a chat line on Transformation Talk Radio that you can just type in your comments or questions or whatever you need for this particular episode. And we're going to give you a few minutes to do that, to kind of get hooked in. And then we can answer you as we go along. And definitely we will let the energies that work through Leanne speak to you as well, because I know they have a lot to say.
Oh, yes, they
so
do.
I can't wait to hear them. So we're going to be right back in a couple minutes. So I'm here with my dear new friend and soul sister, Leanne Rose. She is going to share with us about what she experiences as a channel for the say the word.
The Galaylia Collective.
Galaylia Collective. There we go. Got the name right now. So there's a Galaylia Collective, which is, tell us about how many beings. Tell us about them. Tell us.
Yes, so
what you know.
So they are a collective consciousness group. What I know about them is that they are always changing, always very dynamic. I don't know the numbers because they are always changing. What they tell me is that they kind of reside across multiple different dimensions. Some of them have been human, some of them haven't. But they're really from the vibration of the ascended masters / the angelic realms, and they're all about imparting knowledge and wisdom, particularly around working with your energy as a human and really learning to harness how to be a human, but really implement so much more of that multidimensional self.
Wonderful. Yay. Well, that is very perfect for our show, I would say.
I know.
So here you go, guys. So this is how this particular union happened between Leanne and myself. Okay. I never know from day to day how Creator is going to work within me. And that is the wonderful, dynamic, human way that I allow Spirit to unfold in my life, is that I simply surrender on a daily basis to the Creator's will. You can call it Creator, you can call it the universe, you can call it Jesus or Buddha or Yahweh or a tree. It doesn't matter what you call it, right? It just means that I allow something beyond myself to take over my life, right? We work as a team, Creator and I. So I made that decision quite a while ago that I was going to let Spirit or universe or Creator, whatever you call it, be in union with me, so that we can work together like this. We're partners. Okay. So when I was looking at, how am I going to get some folks on my show? Where are they? I know they're all over the place. Creator, find me some people for my show. And I was directed to go to this particular group on Facebook, by the way. If you're a Facebooker, go to Facebook and find these people because they're there for you. And lo and behold, Leanne said, hey, I would love to connect with you on your show. And I said, yay, okay, so let's have a conversation. And we had a conversation and I fell in love immediately with this lovely person. So I am going to allow you now to speak about whatever it is that is on your heart, whatever it is that you feel or that the collective feels is important for us to know right now.
Okay. Would you like me to bring them through directly?
It's up to you. You've got the stage right now. So however it works for you.
To do that. So just to make you aware that they make a funny noise on the way through. And obviously for those listening who might not be able to see, it does take just a little while for them to kind of pop through. And if you could just keep an eye on this in case they knock it off, that would be really helpful, Pam.
Okay.
And you can ask them whatever it is that you want to ask them. They tend to do quite well with questions directed towards them. So
okay. So that means you, the listeners as well, if you have a question, don't hesitate to call in because they will hear you and they will answer.
Hello, dear soul.
Hello.
What an honor it is to be chatting with you today, dear soul. And of course, the beautiful souls listening in. You were chatting earlier, dear one, of divine feminine energy. And thus we will roll with the punches, so to speak. Divine feminine energy, as you know, dear soul, is on the rise at this time. Much attention given to this area of our growth in humanity because of the suppression of the feminine at this time. However, very important that equal attention is given to divine masculine energy also. For these energies must rise together. They are not separate. They are two sides of the same coin. And so, what do we mean by this? For those of you listening, highest expression of divine masculine energy is trust in the sovereignty of yourself as a soul, of yourself as a human being, of yourself as a unique expression of source energy, creator, God, however you wish to call this. You are a unique expression of divinity, dear soul. Much has been spoken about in spiritual teachings of disregarding the ego, and very important to allow in the spirit, to allow in the voice of the soul, the voice of your divinity, dear soul, the divine feminine connection. But when you go too far, dear souls, with this, as everything is a balance, as you know, dear ones, when you go too far with this, squashes the divine masculine within you, the divine masculine that takes aligned action from knowing what it wants, from this deep-rooted connection to your sense of purpose as a soul. When you become too immersed in feminine energies without the boundary and the stability and groundedness of divine masculine, become uncentered and without purpose, a divine feminine will flow through you, but you will not be able to take the aligned action to move forward with this in order to put your co-creative abilities into action. And so, ways you can look after divine masculine energy. Daily practice of connecting to physical body, grounding yourself and asking physical body, what do you need today? What do you want today? Giving yourself the opportunity to trust yourself in this, dear souls. Extended version of this, when you are connecting into our spirit, when you are connecting into your psychic abilities, your divine masculine is the element of you that trusts what comes through, dear souls. It is no good receiving these beautiful messages if you do not trust them enough to take action on them, dear souls. Beautiful Pam here, beautiful sacred native mother spirit, guiding many. We are most grateful for you, dear soul. What you are brilliant at doing is harmonizing both your divine feminine and divine masculine energies. You allow spirit to flow through you, to inspire you, but you trust yourself to take the action. Do you not, dear soul?
Oh, thank you. Yes. Yes, it is great. It is great honoring to hear the acknowledgement for that. And yes, I work daily to marry the divine feminine and the divine masculine together. That is one of my big purposes here on the planet. So thank you for that.
And doing it well you are, dear soul. And so, dear one, we wish to extend our reach to you Are there any questions you wish to be answered? Perhaps on behalf of your listeners also, dear soul.
Well, let's see. I would love to, for those that are listening, how can you elaborate a little bit more about how to bring the divine masculine and the divine feminine into this physical vessel so that they work together as a team?
Indeed, dear soul. Can do this through harnessing the energy of two words. Divine feminine, harnessing the energy of beingness. Simply being, witnessing, enjoying, being in the moment. Divine masculine, highest expression of this energy, doing, taking action, aligned movement. And so a beautiful way to harness both of these energies is a physical practice of movement that is guided by this beautiful interconnected state of being within your body. Our girl practices this to sacred dance, sacred lovemaking, sacred yoga, anything that activates the physical body but allows her to drop into the present moment, that allows her to feel the expression of spirit moving through her, allowing her to be present with this feeling that awakens in her heart, and allowing her physical body to take the action that will then be guided by yet another inspiration from spirit. Allowing yourself this beautiful but simple practice will allow you to anchor in both these energies of divine masculine or doing or action and divine feminine of being, witnessing, receiving. We understand that sacred movement is something that is also beneficial for you, dear soul. Guides giving, you mind if we express some messages for you, dear soul?
Oh, please. Thank you.
I see some stagnant energy around hips, dear soul, some beautiful sacred movement of circulating those hips will just help to slightly dislodge that energy for you. Will be a beautiful way for you to anchor this in on an even more physical level.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So those of you who are listening, please allow yourselves the gift of receiving from this beautiful collective that is here present now. 1-800-930-2819. Don't be shy. You can be heard and be really honored in this way. Anything is okay. Anything's out there and allowed on this particular episode. So don't be shy.
The wackier, the better, dear souls. We enjoy the wackiness of humans at times.
That's great. That's awesome. So I have brought this beautiful little dinosaur here. Not a dinosaur, it's a dragon. Okay, we do have a question from Joy K on Facebook. She says, can you show me that again, Mr. Jacob? Okay, do you have messages regarding the upcoming global events we are soon to experience?
Indeed, dear souls. Huge mass awakening happening on the planet at this time. Know that there are huge waves of light here to support you at this time. Know that what you are seeing is a mass purging of your society. Dear soul, deep within each and every one of you, you understand that society is not functioning to the best of its ability. Humanity is not operating from its heart. Know that any deconstruction of society that you see will be fearful for your human element, will be quite scary, unknown, but soul recognizes that in order to build the new, first the old must fall. And so, when you are feeling the fear in your systems, dear souls, understand everything is happening for a reason. There is a divine plan, dear ones. Everything is going to be okay. And we know it is all well and good as telling you this. But know that you can find this vibration, this feeling within your own heart. You can connect with your own truth. All you need to do is simply breathe into the heart space, as our beautiful Pam has shown you how to do, connecting in with this energy of being grounded, being connected to your soul, being connected to your soul family, your multidimensional spiritual family who are here to assist you. When you breathe into this space, into this knowing that all is well, it will settle your human, will settle the element of you that feels the fear, that feels the illusion that you are separate from all that you see. For underneath all of it, dear soul, there is a beautiful, exquisite creator that has designed each and every detail with your best interests at heart.
Very well said. And yes, folks, we go back to what Pam has said on this particular show from the very beginning, that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and that our souls are perfection. Our souls are 100% connected to the God source, which knows all and is in everything. So when we take 100% responsibility for our experience in this lifetime, we have freedom and we have miracles happen, and we have absolute 100% support on all levels. And we are here to support you as a soul, as a human on this planet now. And so thank you, Joy, for writing in. Hopefully that message was helpful for you. And if you definitely want to get more support, know that it is everywhere. Support is everywhere for you. If you want specific support from Leanne and the collective on a different note outside of this episode, you can contact her. She is on Instagram quite a bit. She also comes on Facebook to connect with her. Her contact information is available. My contact information is here every Thursday and also at brightbutterflynetwork.com. And I would be more than happy to assist you further. So anyone else that is coming through that would like to get assistance, now is the time to do that. Our show goes until 1 p.m. Pacific time, so we would love to assist you in any way. In the meantime, I have this beautiful little dragon that has come to me and is wanted to be with us. And so what can you tell us about the dragon energy and why the dragon has come to be known so much now in 2022?
Many reasons for this, dear soul. Dragon is number one, key symbol of mysticism, indicative of the magic that is within you all. Many of you believe that dragons did never exist, simply a figment of imagination, but very much real, dear souls. Ethereal creatures of other planes, but very real. Key element of 2022 within your earth plane is reminding yourselves of the magical beings that you are, and many of you are awakening to this at this time. Very magical time to have incarnated on earth. On top of this, two other elements, destruction and protection. Dragon energy, very protective in nature, will wrap those beautiful wings around you and protect you with everything it has, with all its might, this incredible divine masculine energy. But it also has the potential to destroy. With its fire breath, it will burn anything that is no longer serving the highest good. Fire is transformation, dear souls, though it sounds quite scary. In order for the old to, in order for the new to come in, the old must burn. and the phoenix must rise from the ashes, dear soul. And so in this way, this incredible being is here to represent all that 2022 represents for humanity. It is an important time for the cosmos to be incredibly protective, to be here to support you in any given way. Of course, it is available to you at all times, but some of you may need this a little more this year. And so we are here to support you in any way that we can. We will wrap our rings around you in any way that we can. All you need to do is ask. But you must also understand that in order to accept the beauty of who you are, first you must burn down everything that you are, or believing about yourself that is not true. Everything that tells you you are small, that you are broken, that you are not worthy. These must burn within you, dear souls, for you are, as the beautiful Pam has said, your soul is perfect, dear souls. It is not that you are trying to shed anything. It is that you are trying to reconnect with the truth of who you are.
Yes, yes. Thank you. So well said. One of the things, thank you for that affirmation about what I have been receiving from the dragons, what they have told me themselves, because I've been connecting to them now for several years, is that they're everywhere. They are off planet as far as Earth, but they live and breathe, and they are real, folks. So what they told me and what I have been working with is dragons in the earth that assist with this burning away, as we speak of. And they work with the karmic history, the karmic records, if you will, of each soul that is ready to release anything that does not serve them in this lifetime. Because as we know, as I've talked about, as humans, we have lifetime after lifetime after lifetime that we've been here. And because we haven't known about clearing away in our past, we take it along with us into the next incarnation to learn from. And now in this history, as far as my knowing goes, today, in this lifetime, and for this lifetime that I've been on this planet, is the time to release the karmic connections that no longer serve me. And I have been gifted with the ability to do that for others. So if that's something that interests you, please let me know. And I would be more than happy to assist you with that. Leanne and the collective is also here for you to assist you in your ascension, in your spiritual growth, in your connection of the divine feminine and masculine together, working as a team, if you will, in partnership with who you are and who you get to be. So if there's any other questions, comments, needs, healings that want to take place, please let us know at 1-800-930-2819. We have a few minutes left. We'd love to hear from you. You can also come through on the chat line if you would like any assistance. Let's see. In the meantime, tell us your connection or what you know about how the crystal beings that are here on this planet now, how they have served us from the beginning of time till now, because my understanding is that they hold history of the Earth's evolution. What can you tell us about this phenomena?
We can tell you that crystals were one of the first life forms, if you like, to form. Know that they are some of the oldest of life forms here on Earth. And as a result of this, their ability to harness the energy of the universe is vast. Over many millennia, they have figured out a way, so to speak, to connect with each other, to amplify this energy. They have been key in assisting the Earth with this beautiful protective light shield that she has around her, that has greatly benefited in her ascension process, and of course, the ascension of humanity as a result. Crystals have also been one of the many ways that previous humans, those that you know at Atlantis, crystals were used here to harness energy in a way that humans in this lifetime have not quite tapped into. They were used in a very physical way to generate something akin to electricity, used in a very physical sense. And thus the crystals adapt to the life forms that are interacting with them, their souls. The wisdom that is held in crystals, very, very, very in tune with how it interacts with others. Thus, if somebody is not quite ready to accept that they are a spiritual being experiencing human form, they may simply hold a crystal and think, oh, what a pretty rock. But somebody who is connected to the deeper level of meaning within the crystal will activate the deeper knowledge and wisdom and energy available to them through this crystal. This same crystal can be deeply activating to one person and simply a rock to another, for it adjusts to the interaction it is destined for their souls. And so know that if your crystals are quite not getting to the core of what it is that you are wanting them to at this time, all that needs to shift is your internal belief around how well they are working for you. Just as, dear soul, when you release these limiting beliefs within your own system, simply set the intention to release them. You can release them with fire breath, and then reconnect with your crystal. See it as a beautiful being that it is, and how it has come here to serve you. For each and every crystal does come to serve, dear souls, like little personalities, but full up of the universe.
Yes, indeed. They are little beings, aren't they? Actually, they are big beings in form. And just like human beings need to clean ourselves, these beautiful beings like to be cleansed as well. So some of them regenerate all the time and they don't need to be cleansed. They just release the energy automatically. Others like to have cool water on them. They like to have smoke from incense or sage or something like that to waft around them. Others like to be immersed in sand or rock salt. Really just allow yourself to experience these beautiful beings that I'm showing you here. You've got your own. If you don't, please allow yourself to experience them and let them assist you, because we have so many different support systems now available to us. And the crystal beings are simply one avenue for that. So you spoke of Atlantis, and my knowing for myself is that I come from Lemuria. So what can you tell us about Lemuria and the difference between, or the synergy that happens between Lemuria and Atlantis?
What we can tell you, dear soul, is that almost one and the same. Know that when an energy frequency is activated within a person who talks about Lemuria, the energy frequency of a deep connection, then we are talking of the same thing as when we talk about Atlantis. When we talk of Atlantis, we talk about the time on Earth where humanity was deeply connected to the stars, deeply connected to its heritage, and deeply connected to the Earth, deeply connected and rooted in to the energy that the Earth provided them with. What we can tell you is that at this point in humanity's history, was very normal for people to experience the spiritual form in the human self, was much readily available, the multidimensional self to the human self. It was much easier to integrate the power that you hold as a soul within your human body. And thus, it's why some things come a little more easier to you than other souls, dear one. For there is a soul memory within you that you are connecting with, that knows you are a priestess in this life and understands that you yielded much power at this time. Of course, other elements of you were present in this lifetime also within this element of humanity's history. But element of you that recognizes and resonates with the term Lemuria or Atlantis. Whenever you hear this word and you feel the interaction with your system, know that this is the vibrational element of you that is connected to who you were in that lifetime, of a deep connection to the earth. No, all things come in cycles as need to, and so ultimately Lemuria or Atlantis fell. But this was not a bad thing, dear soul. Was necessary for growth of Mother Earth herself. And so no need to look back upon this time with sadness or nostalgia. Know that you are creating the new Atlantis as you are anchoring these even new, even juicier frequencies.
Lovely, lovely. So what I'm hearing is that those of you who like to have specific knowing, specific details, what I'm hearing is that the word is a trigger in our souls for remembering. So don't get caught up with, am I from this place? Am I from that place? Am I from this star or that star? Know that your soul is remembering who it is. And your soul is giving your human self information. And
Indeed,
as humans, we think that we have to understand it, and we have to dissect it, and we have to have our brains wrap around it so that we can know it. As divine feminine beings, the divine feminine way is allowing the remembering to happen naturally without forcing. So this is how the divine feminine can be a real energy in your life from here forward. So unfortunately, we do need to finish this particular episode. But if you were to give us like a last kernel of truth that those listening can hold on to or use in their lives from here forward for the next 24 hours, 48 hours, few days, whatever's happening between now and next week, what would you tell us?
We would tell you that abundance lives on the other side of your fear, dear souls. Anything that you fear within your heart, if it brings you expansion, if it brings you love, if it brings you joy, dive in, dear souls. Do not keep yourself small. You are a huge soul here to live a beautiful life. It is only you getting in your own way.
I love that. And on that note, Galaylia, thank you for joining us. I'm going to allow you to disembark now from Leanne's body so that we can have Leanne fully and completely with us now.
Thank you for chitty chat, dear beautiful Pam. We have enjoyed it. Sending you oodles of love. Goodbye, dear soul.
Thank you, honey. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back.
Thank you. That was fun.
Would you like to have some water, honey, before we end?
Yes.
So thank you, Leanne, for joining us. Thank you for bringing this beautiful beings that work within you with us. We had some wonderful wisdom come through, which I so am honored to receive. And for those of you who are listening today, thank you for tuning in to the Empower Me Show with Pam Bright and Leanne Rose. And so if they want to connect with you, if they're on Instagram, how would they do that?
Yeah, so you can just type in my handle, which is at Sacred Starseed Awakening. You can catch me over there, send me a direct message, and I'll get right back to you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So you can connect with her there. If they want to do any sessions with you in the collective, is there a way for them to do that?
There is, yes. I've got some Calendly links attached to my Instagram that you can go and have a little look at.
Great. Awesome. And if you want to connect with her here on Facebook, she also can be reached on Facebook. If you aren't knowing how to do that, you can connect to me at pambright7@gmail.com or at brightbutterflynetwork.com. And I would be more than happy to connect you with Leanne and her collective. If you want to reach me, you can reach me again at brightbutterflynetwork.com or right here on Transformation Talk Radio at the Empower Me Show every Thursday from noon to 1. So thank you again, Miss Leanne. I can't wait to see you again and connect in with you. And I look forward to more connection and collaboration with you for this episode, as well as whatever else we decide to create together.
Yes, that sounds amazing.
Awesome.
I'm looking forward to that. Thanks, Pam.
Awesome. I am so thrilled and so honored that Spirit has allowed me to work in this beautiful way with you that are tuning in, and know that you are responsible for your own happiness and your own life. So take it on as an adventure, take it on as a joy, take it on as a sacred privilege for being a human being on this planet, having a wonderful spiritual experience and connecting in with who you are on moment-to-moment basis. So until next week, be well and know that you're loved and guided in every moment. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Empower Me Show with Pam Bright on Transformation Talk Radio. Tune in to learn more about living a fully empowered life. Remember that your life is up to you, and you can choose the spiritual path you are on. There is spiritual energy and wisdom in everything and everyone around you. Listen carefully for what the universe is trying to tell you in every moment. You are already being guided along your journey. Call upon your spirit guides anytime you need help with anything. Know that you are safe in every moment, even if it seems that you are not. For more information about Pam Bright, visit brightbutterflyenterprises.com or email theempowermeshow@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening. We hope to see you next week.